Hey, what's up guys? Welcome. Happy New Year, happy 2022. Let's make this year a better year and a year for you to make different changes, new blessings, and new opportunities. Let's go out and get it. So guys, here I wanted to bring you my top 10 of 2021, and right off the bat, these are the films that I saw in theaters, and I wish I was able to watch more and more movies, but again, 2021 was a little busy for me, so let's go into my top 10. Starting at number 10 is Nobody. Now, Nobody has a very special place in my heart because it was the first film I saw back into the movie theaters ever since the whole pandemic started. I freaking loved it. It was one of the movies that I had zero expectations, but the thing is with Nobody is that it does have a lot to do with the strong performance with Bob Odenkirk. So I think that he plays it a great role here along with the cast here, but the action is fast-paced, it's in your face, it doesn't go anywhere else because it just goes fast-paced in terms of the editing. The action is incredible, the performances were great. Coming in at number 9 is Mitchells vs. the Machines. Now, this is the first animated movie I saw too in the pandemic, so I think that this also has a great special place in my heart. The Mitchells vs. the Machines is a very beautiful, funny, hilarious, and very touching movie because not only does it have a lot of hilarious moments here and there, I think that the main character you do strongly relate to in terms of exploring your creativity and everything like that. When it comes into the heart and soul of the movie is of course the main character. I do love the laughs here. Oh my gosh, I had so many laughs where I had to like pause because I was laughing so much. I missed what the characters were saying. So of course, when it comes into the animation style, it does have a lot when it comes into the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse vibes as well. In terms of the overall messages and themes explored in the movie, I think that it really hits home to a lot of people. Coming in at number 8 is A Quiet Place 2. Quiet Place 2 does have another special place in my heart because I was able to see that movie with a group of friends. So A Quiet Place 2 is John Krasinski's sequel to, of course, A Quiet Place. And again, what John Krasinski does great here in this film is explore a lot when it comes into the sound design, the family here, but also explore the themes here, explored with A Quiet Place 1, with A Quiet Place 2, exploring the unknown, but you're surrounded with many different things, many different obstacles, and along the way you're trying to survive in this dystopian world where if you make one tiny sound, these creatures will come after you and maul you and basically destroy you. So in the end, A Quiet Place 2 does provide the suspense, the thrills, the emotional character developments too with the characters here, and I'm so happy that John Krasinski was able to do this because yeah, it's also a love letter to his family, which I can really relate to because yeah, you're out there working so long that you know you have little time to spend with your family. So I think that this film really does a lot when it comes into exploring the family. So A Quiet Place 2 definitely earns a spot here in my list. Coming in at number 7 is Last Night in Soho. Now, again, Last Night in Soho is a very different film in terms of Edgar Wright's career. Of course, we've seen his work when it comes into horror comedies and science fiction, action comedy with, you know, with Hot Fuzz, and great films like Shaun of the Dead and The World's End, and Scott Pilgrim and Baby Driver. But with this film is his psychological horror entry in his career, and I was in it from start to finish because again, it's all due with the fantastic performance by Thomasin McKenzie and Anya Taylor-Joy, and of course all the rest of the cast. So this film really does play a lot when it comes into the 60s aesthetics. I really love the whole performance with Thomasin McKenzie and of course Anya Taylor-Joy. Anya Taylor-Joy's character in this film was a really offbeat and different direction in terms of the character she's normally known for, but of course by the third act that all takes a huge turn and it goes to a different direction. But that's the whole fun of the film because again, you are in it from the beginning because it establishes a lot when it comes into the overall mood and aesthetics and atmosphere Edgar Wright does a great job at implementing his editing style too when it comes into the story. Of course, the characters are great. The music, of course, the music is amazing. I listen to the soundtrack every day on my way to work, and it's a great soundtrack. I just wish it would come out in vinyl here in the States, but either way, I'm gonna get it anyway. It's a great addition to my list here. I loved Last Night in Soho. Coming in at number 6 is Pig. Now, of course, Nicolas Cage is one of my favorite actors. Nicolas Cage here is, of course, one of the standouts here. Is basically his film. He's carrying this film, and I like to call Pig the anti-John Wick because it is exactly that. It is a film that you think that will go one way but subverts and goes to a different direction, and it really plays a lot when it comes into the powerhouse that is Nicolas Cage, that he's giving an emotional but subtle and quiet but yet deep and resonant performance here. It is a film that I never thought I would be able to rewatch multiple times because it is a emotional and heart-wrenching and sad story, but at the same time you feel for the character. You feel that you can relate to him in some way, and I think that all plays a huge part with Nicolas Cage. Coming in at number 5 is, of course, No Time to Die. Now, Daniel Craig's run, his tenure as James Bond, really does show along with these movies because each movie is a hit after hit after hit, and I love No Time to Die. It is a great conclusion to his tenure. I loved from all of his films. Again, when I reviewed it here in the channel, I know that a lot of people tend to go with, with different rankings of Daniel Craig movies, but for me it's always Casino Royale, Skyfall, and now No Time to Die, because No Time to Die really does show a lot of basically the amalgamation of all of his movies. Is an epic conclusion, but that's the word here, epic. It feels like an epic. Coming in at number 4 is Val. Val is a documentary centered around the life of the video archives collected by the actor Val Kilmer, and I remember watching this movie and I've cried multiple times. I think I was exhausted, I was dehydrated, I was so emotionally involved in this story, in this film, that it really does hit home a lot when it comes into exploring the different messages and themes explored, but also what he went through. A lot of times you see actors as this great public figure, but in this film, you actually see the person underneath the actor, underneath the spotlight, underneath the whole public figure, public imagery of this person. You see the true, and you see basically the true person of who Val Kilmer was. He is a great person in terms of exploring the arts and his upbringing, but in the end, it is a film that I think you should at least watch once because it will make you appreciate more and more with what you have, but also get closer to your family and to really enjoy life. Coming in at number 3 is Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, Spider-Man No Way Home is, of course, the biggest movie in the pandemic. It is the first movie ever in the pandemic to earn at least $1.7 billion, and for good reason, because this movie shattered everyone's expectations. I think that Spider-Man No Way Home does a great job at establishing not only the Tom Holland's tenure, but also the overall arc that he goes through in this film. I think that with the Home trilogy, with Homecoming and Far From Home and now No Way Home, you have a better sense of where the story's going. So I think that this film really has a great time exploring the character. Coming in at number 2 is Dune. Now, Dune is one of the films that I had so many expectations. My expectations for Dune was so high that I was overly hyping myself, and I had so many things going into the movie. And when I went to see it, I was blown away. Again, Denis Villeneuve does not disappoint. Dune is a masterpiece, in my opinion, from his career and his filmography. I love Denis Villeneuve ever since Arrival and Prisoners and Blade Runner 2049 and his previous works, but I think this is his best movie because you really do see the passion involved with the project. And of course, when it comes into the acting, Timothée Chalamet really does shine here. Oscar Isaac, Josh Brolin, Jason Momoa, Rebecca Ferguson, everyone in this film has a significant part, and it shows. It is a powerhouse of a movie. If you had the chance to see in IMAX, you know what I'm talking about. The sound design, the overall cinematography was amazing. I think that this film really does need to be seen again and again, not just by the visual aspect, but also the audio aspect. The sound design, the sound editing was incredible. It is a film that you need to experience on the big screen. Coming in at number 1 is The Green Knight. Now, The Green Knight is the film I think that people need to watch at least once, because the cinematography is gorgeous. It is amazing to look at. Now, the overall story, again, can get a little heavy-handed at times, but overall, it does have a great message in terms of self-discovery and making sure that you have the right people with you, but also basically having the courage. And that's the word for the movie, is courage and bravery. I think that The Green Knight is a fantastic, beautiful, and stunning film to look at. It is a great film altogether. So guys, that's it for my top 10 of 2021. I would love to hear all of your top 10s of 2021 down in the comment section down below. Please let me know if you have any of my favorites in your list too. So I'd love to hear that as well. And if you made it this far into this video, thank you so very much for watching. I do really appreciate it. Please don't forget to like and comment and hit the subscribe button and the bell to get notified when I upload new videos. I can't wait to hear from you very soon, and I hope you guys are having a great day. Peace out, guys.